to the beach for Mummy-Daughter Day. Something or other. Will they go shopping? Will they go to the beach? Will they go swimming? Who knows? I know because I'm editing this, but as of right now, I don't know. Woo! So close. So much traffic. This is the famous Sagamore Bridge traffic. It is the perfect day. And that's all I filmed from the day. It was supposed to be like a really aesthetic, fun shopping kind of video in like a quaint little beachy town, but I had a breakdown in a fitting room. All right, before we go any further, I want to explain why I had to get a bathing suit. I apologize for the way that I look. This is quarantine day 4 of COVID Celine, okay? My wedding is coming up in about 4 weeks, and the wedding ceremony is taking place at a beach, and as soon as we say I do, we're actually going to be jumping off of this very small bridge into the water because it's something that we do every year when we're in that area. So I wanted an elegant bathing suit to try on for this occasion. First of all, it was the first day of my period, so I was already feeling a little bit emotional, but also bloated. Before going, I had eaten a massive sandwich. But I knew that. That was to be expected. Like, your tummy pops out a little bit when you eat. That is totally natural. That does not bother me. The first store that we went to, I had such a good feeling about it. It had really good reviews, it had beautiful bathing suits, and the person who worked there was so nice and so helpful and so sweet and so accommodating. And I was there with my mom. I picked up probably about 20 bathing suits to try on. Varying sizes, varying styles, and not cheap either. Like, I think they were like between $30 and $50 per piece. So if it was a bikini, it's like the bottoms were $40, the top was $40, you know, which is fine. Like, if it's a great bathing suit, no problem spending that amount. Oh, so I'm in the fitting room, and bathing suit after bathing suit, there was just something wrong with everything, and I was blaming my body. For instance, if the bottoms were like cut a little bit weird, because I do not want my booty cheeks out. I don't want those little tiny thong looking things to be anywhere near my body. So I'm trying on the bottoms, and like they cut into like my butt cheeks in a weird way, or they like came up on the side and gave me a weird silhouette. And then I was like being really critical of my body, being like, why is my butt flat? Why is my tummy sticking out? Like, I'm pale, I have cellulite, like I look terrible. I've got these little stubby legs. I'm wearing my socks, so they look even stubbier. And then, like, with the tops, I was like, you know, this one is like digging in to like my like armpit, and like this one's not tying right, and there wasn't enough support because most of the tops that I tried on had those cup pads, which are not supportive. Like, we all know about the little cup pads. For those of you that don't know about cup pads, this is an example. Hold on, I need both hands to get this out. This is an example of a cup pad. It goes inside the lining of a bathing suit. This little tiny, this is not enough to support a 32-year-old woman's boob, okay? They were not supportive, and they made my boobs look flat. Anyways, I'm having a silent meltdown in the fitting room because I didn't want my mom to know that I was crying, and I didn't want the employees to know that I was crying, and I didn't want the other customers to be concerned. And I also didn't want to come out of the fitting room and show my mom the bathing suit to get her opinion, because my opinion was the only one that mattered, and in my opinion, I looked terrible. It got to the point where I was just thinking, and I'm just like, you know, like, what is even the point? I shouldn't even be like wearing these types of bathing suits, and like, what's the point of working out if I still have cellulite on my legs, and like, what is the point of anything? And I started crying. If you've never had a breakdown in a fitting room, like, great job. And like every time the person came back, she was like, can I get you anything in another size? I was just like, no, I'm good. And just like feeling so defeated and so upset. And then we ended up just leaving. I like was in tears. My mom hugged me. Like, it was embarrassing. I'm done. I don't want to go bathing suit shopping anymore. I look terrible. I hate my body. I'm disgusted by my body. So my mom was like, look, there's one more bathing suit shop that I think we should check out. They close in 40 minutes. Why don't we just go see? And I was like, okay. Here's where things kind of changed, because I was picking up pieces in this store. I thought that it would be appropriate to pick out white bathing suits, because these are bathing suits. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, these are bathing suits that I'm going to wear to get married in, because part of the ceremony involves me and Colin jumping off of a bridge into the water. Anyways, I'm picking up these white bathing suits because, you know, wedding. And my mom picks out 2 pieces, and like, I haven't worn a one-piece bathing suit since I was like 7, but she picked out 2 one-pieces. It's like, okay. And like, they were expensive, like 3-figure bathing suits. Like, I think they were like between $120 and $130. And so I'm trying on the white pieces, and I'm saving hers kind of for last. And like, within like 2 minutes of trying on these white bathing suits, I'm like, you know what? White is just not a flattering color on me. And my mom is standing outside of the dressing room, and I'm just like, I don't think white's my color. Like, this is not a flattering color on me. She's like, yeah, it's not flattering on a lot of people. And I'm like, yeah, I feel that. And so I just stopped trying on the white pieces. I had maybe like 10 more to go, and I just stopped. I was like, I'm done with the 2 pieces. I'm like, all right, I'll humor you. I'll try on the 2 one pieces. One of them is a floral print, and the other one is sort of this like light blue, white, kind of bohemian style. I tried them on, and I was like, oh my god. Like, the floral print bathing suit, yes, it's more expensive than the ones that I was looking at, but it's supportive. It's like supporting everything in this region. There's a little bit of ruching along the sides, and it fit the butt cheeks, but it fit, and I didn't look like a freaking, I don't know, bread roll being stuffed into dental floss. I don't know, like a good analogy. I was looking at myself and I'm like, oh, this looks good. And then I tried on the other one, and I'm like, it was the same kind of style. Like, the neck was a little bit different, but very flattering on the top. This one did have cup pads, but it was like more covered, and same kind of ruching on the sides, same bottom, and they both fit. What I learned from this experience is that so many of us are shopping at these like fast fashion brands where we can get like the most pieces for the least amount of money. I mean, I do it, you do it. Let's just get that out on the table. And like, we end up being super critical of our bodies because they're not fitting into these clothing, even like higher quality. Like, it's not your body that's the problem. It's the clothing. You might be a size small in one store, and a size 12 in another store, and a medium here, and a size 9 somewhere else. Like clothing sizes are such a mental F that like, we're also, at the same time as we're in the fitting room trying on these clothes, we're also comparing ourselves to the advertisements that are online that we see consistently every single day, of like the tan girls with the thigh gap and the flat stomach and the perfect little butt cheeks. And like, even though we know that that is not real and that is unrealistic, and that even the people who are in those photos don't look like that because of the amount of editing that goes into it, like, even though we know all of this, we are still so hypercritical of our bodies. I just wanted to just be honest with you that I had a moment of weakness where I hated the way my body looked, but it was the clothing's fault. It's not my fault, and it's not your fault. If your clothes aren't working for you, shop somewhere else. Maybe spend a little bit more money on quality pieces that are actually supportive and are flattering cuts on you. If it fits your body the way you want it to and you look good, it doesn't matter what the tag says. No one's gonna be like looking at your tag being like, oh, what size are you? No one does that. Has that ever happened to you? No. The day was almost a disaster, but disaster averted, crisis averted, bathing suits acquired, and I will see you in my next video.